Miss Rivera and her team met again the following week to continue planning for Oscar. Mrs. Waters, the special educator, had brought some information on UDL that she had received at a prior workshop. The team decided to focus on UDL principles and making sure instruction was accessible to Oscar, starting with science, a course he was currently failing. Oscar seemed to struggle to follow directions in hands-on activities, and he was also struggling to keep up with the challenging vocabulary work and lengthy reading and response assignments. After some brainstorming, the team came up with some immediate strategies for whole class instruction, none of which would take Miss Rivera a long time to implement each day, but which would help Oscar as well as the other learners. First, focusing on multiple means of representation, the team decided to provide Oscar with native language materials and to help Miss Rivera incorporate visuals, including pictures and videos, into each activity. Miss Rivera set a goal of having 3 different ways to present any key information, combining direct spoken instruction, visual notes, drawings and diagrams, videos, and informational text readings. Miss Rivera also would review directions for every activity and make sure she modeled, providing visual directions and gave oral directions for each activity. Next, the team focused on incorporating multiple means of action and expression. They developed a tic-tac-toe menu that listed different activities students could select for homework, suitable for use each week. The ESOL teacher offered to place a Spanish language version of the menu on the back of the English one so that Oscar could have clarity on homework directions. Second, they determined that Miss Rivera could use pair-share discussion at least twice in each lesson, matching Oscar with peers who spoke his native language so that he could choose to communicate in either language. The ESOL teacher also gave Miss Rivera several graphic organizers which Oscar had used in his ESOL classes. She could make these available to the entire class as optional writing supports. Last, the team considered using multiple methods to engage Oscar and others in science. By the end of the meeting, Miss Rivera had a list of high-interest activities and openers, such as film clips related to science and connections to household objects and real-life events. The ESOL teacher even lent her a book of jokes to incorporate into lessons, which helped to support Oscar's developing knowledge of English idioms while keeping his classmates encouraged and entertained. As one of the most important ways to support Oscar, the teachers discussed the proposed changes with Oscar and his family via a quick conference before school, using an interpreter and asking Oscar's parents to let them know if changes seemed to be helping him understand the content better at home.